I'm Amber Boydstun. I live in California. I'm a professor of political science at the University of California, Davis. I'm also an affiliated faculty member in the Department of Communication here. And in my spare time, I also am a consultant for a couple different companies, but in particular, I'm the chief data scientist at an amazing company called Diversity Lab that aims to diversify the legal industry. You should look it up. I honestly don't quite know how I got here, or rather, I know how I got here, but I don't know that I would be able to recreate it. I just followed my instincts. I followed my gut. I went to college not thinking about what college really meant, not having a good sense of what type of college you should go to. I picked a college really on a whim because my mom and I stumbled across it on a road trip and it just really spoke to me. It turns out it was the perfect college for me to go to. But had I known then what I know now about college rankings and all of that, I probably wouldn't have picked it. But it is an amazing college. It's St. John's College. It's the great book school. And it doesn't prepare you practically for anything. You don't learn any applied science per se. You don't learn how to read journal articles. You don't learn a particular craft, but you learn how to think critically. And that's what drew me to it. And that's exactly the thing that I needed. And I got out of college and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I liked being in school. And this was no small part of it. I really like school supplies. I mean, I love school supplies. And so I went to graduate school. Is that a good reason to go to graduate school? It's probably not a good reason, but I went to graduate school and I didn't know what to study in graduate school because in my college, there aren't any majors per se. And so I looked at all of the papers that I had read during my time in college, and I tried to figure out if there was a common theme, a common question that I was circling around in those papers. And it seemed like there was, that I wanted to know, here it is, what compels people? That was my question. And I took my question to the person who was my senior thesis advisor in college, and he said, that sounds like political science. I'm not actually sure that that's a political science question. It's probably better in psychology or communication, but I applied to political science PhD programs. I also applied to theater master's programs in acting, thinking that I was strong in that too, that would be exciting. But I ended up going to a PhD program because I thought it would have better job security. Anyone who knows anything about the academic system knows that it's a fleeting kind of job security. So that was a curious choice. I went to graduate school. Again, if I knew then what I know now, I would have probably picked a different graduate school, but I ended up going to an amazing program, Penn State, and I met the perfect set of faculty to advise me. And then I landed this incredible job. I have the best job in the world. I get to research whatever I want to research. I get to work with bright, amazing students. And again, had I really tried to be calculating about it, I don't think I would have picked this job because it's too risky. There are too few of them. It doesn't pay enough. You don't have a lot of geographical discretion about where you live. And so I'm just really fortunate. So maybe the lesson there is to follow your gut. Maybe it's to ask more questions. But I definitely think that one of the lessons is to believe in yourself more than other people believe in you. And in particular, I use a lot of math, and in my college that didn't really have any majors, we all major in the equivalent of a double major in math and philosophy, which is a wonderful, curious combination. And I was always, I thought, good at math. I always enjoyed it. But in 7th grade, there was this math teacher who compiled a team of the smart math whizzes. And I made it on the team because of the scores that I had gotten, and he was confused. And he just kept eliminating me from the list of the team. And I think that it just didn't occur to him that girls should be on the team. And later I realized the girls hadn't been on the team before, but that cued to me that maybe I wasn't as good at math as I thought I was. And that really could have, I think that really could have set me back. But somehow I didn't listen. My best advice is to think about an average Tuesday. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you're an adult and paying your own rent or your own mortgage or whatever. What is it that you care about? So start with the morning. Wake up in the morning. Do you care about the niceness of the house that you wake up in? Do you care about being able to wake up in a particular state or a particular country in the world? Do you want to wear yoga pants all day? That's amazing. Or do you want to put on a cool suit and go to an office? Do you want to work in front of your computer or not in front of your computer, with people, not with people, on the same kind of project every day so that you can refine an expertise, or on a different exciting adventure? And maybe critically, do you care about the flexibility of being able to, kick off the day at 3 p.m. and go, to pick up your dog or your kid or whatever it is? The snapshot of what you want that average Tuesday to be like, that's really informative, because from that, I think you can deduce a lot of the decisions that maybe you would make, against the backdrop of my story, which is not really having thought about that in the future. But I do think it's important to follow your gut, to follow your instincts, because I landed, maybe by accident, but maybe just by trusting myself, in my perfect Tuesday every Tuesday.